Hello everyone, welcome back. Today let's solve the 22nd top coding entry question from 48 top coding entry questions created by LeetCode. We'll solve this problem using Python. This problem is for reversing a linked list. So they're given a linked list like with the nodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we just have to reverse it. So is the easiest approach is basically what we have to do is we just have to chain the arrows. So for example, for this two imagine from this here, let's say whatever is pointing, right? So here we just have to, the 2 is pointing to 3, so we just have to reverse it, make it to 1. And 3 is pointing to 4, so you just reverse it to point it to 1, 2. And 4 is pointing to 5, so you just reverse it to 3. And what about 1? So 1 is pointing to 2, so we just have to reverse it to point it to some dummy variable called previous variable. That is what we have to do. We just have to change the next element. From here, the next element is 2. So we just have to tell, so next element is the previous one. All we have to do is the next element for this, the next element for this is the previous one. That's what we have to do. So I have a code here. I'll debug and show you guys in a step by step. So this is the code which is creating. I'll just do like this. This is the code which is creating a linked list node using Python, and this is creating the list of elements to be added to the linked list. And then this is the main function which is getting which is basically reversing the linked list. So you will not you don't need all of these code in to run your solution in the LeetCode. All you need is this logic, only this logic. And here also there will be difference in the method syntax of LeetCode. This is for my purpose to show you guys, debug and show you guys. So I'll simply put a breakpoint. I think I already have a breakpoint here. I'll put it here and then start run and debug. So it's very simple. So all I'm doing is so changing the pointers. I have one pointer called previous. So previous will point it to the none. So it will have, so you'll see here head which is so the current data. So you can see how the linked list is. So the starts with, I'm saying the current node is head, right? So if you see the current, okay, let me show you current only instead of, because we'll go through the current, iterate through the current. So current is basically the head. I'm storing the current value inside the head, and previous is none. Previous is none. So what I'm doing is, so you'll see the current will have all the values. So all the values as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first value is, so linked list will have data and the address to the next element. So if you see here, it has the data first node has the data which is 1 and the address to the next element which is 2. So you'll see the address to the next element which is 2, and 2 will have data and the address to the next element which is 3, and so on and so forth. You see, this is the linked list which you see in the memory. So you can also see the memory address here. This is the memory address where the 2 is stored. The node 1 stores the information about the node 1's data, and then the address of the next element which is this. It is not sequential, right? It is not sequential if you see. So they are the random address which will keep the next address of the next node. So what I'm doing is here I'm saying that I'm saying basically you start with the previous. Previous is the none. Previous is basically none. It has nothing. So previous will have no values. Okay. So because this you see here previous, I'll close this. Previous has a none value. So I'm saying is because I have to change, right? I have to change the pointers. One pointer is one's actual next element is 2, but I am saying that I want to change one's next to the previous one. So but however one's next I have to keep it as a temporary. So this for the next element, right? So to go to the next value. So once I reverse the pointer for the one, I have to go to the next, right? For the next iteration to reverse. That's the reason I keep this in a one temporary variable to the move to the next, right? So once next is 2, I keep it in one temporary variable, so that in the next iteration, once I change the direction for 1, once I change the arrow for 1, so I'll move to the 2, and then 2's arrow I'll change. So that's what it is. So here if you see next will be 2, so the next value will be 2, next value will be 2. It will come in the next iteration. I'll change the arrow of next iteration. As of now, what I'm saying is the current is 1, which is, if you see here current is 1. Okay. So what I'm saying is you see the current next is 2, and so on and so forth. So what I want to say is, So you change, you keep the previous one. Previous is none. Previous is none. Okay. Then you keep the previous value in the current next. So what I'm saying is previous is here, one is here. Okay. Previous is what is one here. So what it's saying is one, right now I'm at one. I'm at one. So what it's saying is once next you put it in, once next you put it in previous. That's what it's saying. All right. So we are good. So we are basically good. So the previous value is this. Previous value is this. Now current value is this. All right. Now the current next is previous value. That is what we changed. Now basically previous value is this, right, which is none. So I have to move previous value to 1. So that's what it's doing. So you change, previous was none before, if you see previous was none. So I'll shift previous to 1 because it started with none and then I'll shift to 1. So all right. So if you see here, previous we got changed to 1 here. You will understand in a while what exactly meaning by that is. Now, so obviously, so when you moved towards this, right? So you also have to move. So you moved. So you started with previous with none, previous with none, right? None, there was none, and then you started here you started previous with none, and then you started current with the head value, right? So which is 1. So now previous is moved to 1. Previous is moved to, it was none, but now previous is 1. Now you have to move the current, right, which is next. So I basically move to the next. So that's what it becomes. 2 will come here, and 2 will have a next pointer as 3, and so on and so forth. So what I'll do is, I'll basically move current, which is 1, I'll move to the next. So I'll keep the next element in the current. So you'll see now the current value is 1, right? It will change it to 2. All right, it got changed to 2. Now obviously 2 has the pointer to for 3. You see 2 has a pointer to 3, and so on and so forth. You have to change. That's what the next step is. Now 2's next step is 3. So I'll keep it 3 in the next element, right? Because I have to change it to move to the next element. So I'll change it as in the previous example. It was earlier I started with 2, right? When it was 1, so I started with 2. So now it's easy, guys. I mean, I hope you're understanding. So basically it will have a 3, right? So which is 3. The next element, if you see here, next element is 3. Okay. Now I have to change this pointer. I have to change this pointer. I have already kept it. I've changed to this pointer. So this is previous, right? Current next, which is 3. Current is 2. You see, current is 2. You see here, current is 2. So again, current next is 2. So which will have the pointer. You see it will have pointer to the 3, and so on and so forth. I have to delink. You see the next you will not have these values. Okay, once you see the current. So I have to delink this. I have to delink this. So you say, you current next you make it to previous. Previous is what? You see the previous is 1. You see the previous is 1. If you're debugging, you will easily understand. So now if you see the current, this got changed. This got changed. All right. This got changed. This link is established now. So this is gone. You see, current is 2. The next is 1. It was before. If you rewind the video recording, you would have seen that it was 3, 4, and so on and so forth. So it is 1 now. 2 is 1. There is nothing here. After this is none. It is none. There is no link. There is no link. Now how do I get that? How do I move to next element? That's what it does. Is I already saved the current to next. That's what the beauty here is. I hope you're getting it. So now I'll basically, the current will become 3 now. The current will become next element, which is 3. The previous will become 2, which is already there. You see, or if you see this, the previous, it will come next. Okay, it will come. The got changed. The current will become 3. All right. So I hope you get it. You get it what I'm trying to say. Now 3 will have again all the series, right? 3 will have all the 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, and 5. If you click on this, you will have all of the values. I'll delink this. Now what I'll do is I'll save the next element, which is 4, right? Because I'll remove this link. I'll remove these links. I have to move further, right? I have to move the current to the next. I'll remove this. That's the reason I've kept this. So now current is 3. The previous is 2. So if you see, the previous element is 2. So previous element is 2. I have to link these two. That's what this does. So this code is beautiful code. This basically links it. Now if you see here, you will see the previous will become 3. All right. The previous value will what happened? All right. So let's see. Yeah, it got changed. So you will see that, yeah, obviously the current value I'm putting it in the previous, right? So yeah, this was the pointer change. Now the current value I'm putting in the previous. So this becomes the so on and so forth. If you see here, 3 will have 2, now 2 will have 1, and so on and so forth. Now I'm here, the current, this is again, the current is still 3. So the next element is 4, right? Next element, I'll change it. I'll change it to the next element. So this is gone. The 4 will have, 3 and 4. There is no link. There is no link. The previous value is 3. The previous value is 3. There is no link between these two. So the 4 and 5 has a link. 4 and 5 has a link, but there is no link between 3 and 4, right? So but the 4 and 5 have. So I have to connect these two. That's what this code does next again. So I'll keep changing. I'll keep changing, and then I hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. Finally, you will have a final list, which will be the previous one, the final list. So you will have the final, which is previous one. The previous will have all the values, the 5, 4, 3, and so on and so forth. Finally you will have previous, which will be this, you just have to return this, which has a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So the important part is basically you are storing the current elements. Like right now I'm here. Right now, let's imagine this is easy. Right now I'm here. So the current next element I'm storing to one place. I'm delinking this. Instead, I'm pointing this element, which is current element, to the previous element. I'm linking these two. That is what this the pointer does. And then I'm changing the previous is this. I'm changing to this, so which is current. And then from here, the next element I'm changing to this. That's what the code is doing. So I hope you get it. What is the what I'm trying to say here? The code is the same code. I already have this code, which is this. I've already ran it once, and then I'll run it one more time in front of you. So yes, it is. Let's see, it got accepted. That's all, guys. I hope you understood what I'm trying to say here. And then I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching once again.